son 3 times, and they failed. And you know what I would say to them? You are cowards. You're going to forever be a coward. You're not going to have any good luck. And you will get caught.
Prince George's.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you've seen there, that this was a mom being quite frustrated and angry of what's going on here with the of black teens trying to kill her own son. Again, of course, what we're going to assume is black-on-black crime, considering, you know, it looks more like a black neighborhood. But regardless of where it may be, this is something that's constantly happening in schools. This is a theme that won't stop. Now, we have video and stuff like that where we can show you exactly what's going on and the full clip of the matter of these schools. And I'm going to also address my opinions on this, including an article to where there seems to be a problem with their retention rate as well. So there's a lot of things to crack down here, and I'm going to have to explain it all. So take a look at this.
My son 3 times, and they failed. And you know what I would say to them? You are cowards. You're going to forever be a coward. You're not going to have any good luck. And you will get caught.
Prince George's County Public Schools said in a statement that they're horrified by the incident, grateful no lives were lost, adding the highest priority is keeping students, staff, and families safe on school grounds and classrooms and school buses. They also say they'll continue working with law enforcement partners during the investigation to ensure safety for all members of the Prince George's County Public School community. Now, we understand that there may be video of the incident from the school bus camera. And coming up at 7, a school bus driver tells us his colleagues are terrified.
Yeah, so you hear the mother in distress. She's worried and stuff like that about her son being expressing her anger, her frustration against the kids that, you know, try to obviously take her kid's life. And it's quite heartbreaking and annoying to know this is happening. Now, what we have here is that we're going to have more of this longer video format to where you'll see exactly what we're talking about here, where the kids had a gun, to where the school has other issues, and then we'll go into the retention and also my spiel of this whole BS and all this crap that's been going on here. Take a look.
Happening here along Iverson Street, the bus pulling up, stopping. One girl gets off, but the 3 others jump on the bus and immediately pull out that gun.
This was an attempted murder. Plain and simple. Let's call it what it is.
Martin Diggs, head of the bus drivers union, describes a ruthless attack.
Pulled the trigger 3 times, but for some reason, by the grace of God, the gun didn't go off, and bullets flew out of the gun.
Multiple sources confirming the bus's onboard video system recording the whole thing. A point-blank attempt to shoot the middle schooler in the head, and when the gun didn't fire after 3 tries, a physical beating before the attackers ran off.
Those are 3 very young suspects who they say forced their way right into a school bus Monday to try and kill a middle schooler.
That gun jammed, though, police said, and then the boys ran. So tonight there's a lookout for those boys and a whole lot of fear. Scott Broom is in Oxon Hill, where this happened on Monday, to tell us more. Scott?
Well, a measure of the anxiety tonight behind us here. We have Prince George's County Police at this intersection here to protect kids as they get off school buses late this afternoon. The incident we're talking about happened Monday as a school bus pulled up here at Sutler Drive and Iverson Street, and that's when these 3 kids pushed their way on board with a pistol in hand. Tonight, Prince George's County Police here to protect kids as they get off the bus, as pictures of 3 juveniles were released by authorities. The boys boarding that school bus Monday and pushing past the bus driver and an aide on board. One juvenile carrying a semi-automatic pistol. According to police, the gunman put the gun to the chest of a middle schooler and repeatedly tried to shoot, but the gun was jammed. So the gunman used it to beat the victim, who survived with cuts and bruises. Police say the attackers then ran. This grandmother of middle schoolers said she lives in the neighborhood.
I'm just not understanding how these kids getting guns and stuff.
Do you fear for these children?
I fear for the kids and us as well. Because what if a adult would have stepped in and tried to stop it and the gun didn't jam?
Both the bus driver and the aide on board during the incident are so terrorized they've taken leave, according to fellow driver Martin Diggs, who's president of the union local representing drivers.
But they're afraid to come out of the house because the suspects that got on the bus, their faces were covered. So they don't know who these people are. This particular issue that happened on the school bus is one incident of many incidents.
Diggs said school employees are constantly threatened with injury because of an epidemic of fighting on buses and in schools. Diggs said the student who was targeted attended the non-traditional middle school program at Edgar Allan Poe School in Suitland. Diggs noted the school system has cameras in the majority of its bus fleet. It's too late.
Well, you can see how that was a traumatic situation for everybody, from the adults on the bus to the school to the middle schoolers. Just awful. By the way, Prince George's County schools issued a statement saying that administrators are horrified by the incident, but they are grateful that no lives were lost. They say they will not talk any further because an investigation is underway.
Yes, and now that you see kind of what's going on, where it is, the man is right. It is attempted murder. It is a horrific fact, and hilarious that we have this guy, as you can see here, that's a Biden-Harris type of deal. So you kind of know where they lean in terms of what you would call their political views and stuff like that, and they're kind of wondering what's going on. Now, we're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here with their whole issue with their retention rate and stuff like that, right? To where it's kind of like this is like a bigger issue that's going on. So we have this, that Prince George's County Schools received grant to address low teacher retention rate. So we have here, Prince George's County Public Schools is one of the 14 school systems, including New York City Department of Education, Chicago Public Schools, and Houston Independent School District, to receive funding from the 3-year Teacher and School Leader Incentive Program. The grant will award more than $88 million in its first year, according to the U.S. Department of Education's website. The department awarded the funding to Prince George's County Public Schools in October. This grant award speaks to a long-standing need in our system that we have lacked the funds to address, said Kevin Maxwell, CEO of PGCPs, said in a press release, as the U.S. Democratic Senate's Ben Garden and Chris Van Helen announced that award at Greenbelt Middle School on October 16th. Karen Gregory, instructional supervisor of PGCPS, said the group of leaders at PGCPS who applied for the grant was jubilant to learn the county's public school system won the funds. The system's application submitted in March identified the need for strengthening the county's base of teachers Gregory added. The application highlighted the county's public school system teachers retention problem, citing the 13.8% rate at which teachers had to leave their jobs for the past 6 years, which surpasses the state-established target of less than 10%. Slightly more than half of the teachers who leave the district resign, often to go to higher-paying neighboring jurisdictions, the application said. Our focus is on an early hiring and recruitment deficit, deployment, evaluation, support, and the retention of high-quality teachers and school leaders in multiple ways, including building in teacher leadership opportunities and other opportunities for teachers, said Cecily Adams, Data Strategy Coordinator of PGCPS. Each recipient of the federal grant is obliged to create a name for the school's unique grant project, which PGCP titled Grant Great Teachers, Great Leaders, Great Schools. We chose this name knowing one leads to another, Gregory said. This project will support 40 of the county's high-need schools to determine what constitutes a high-need school. PGCPS officials examined the participation of students in free and reduced lunch programs, Adams said. The tricky part becomes determining the number of elements we put into the mix so that we can really use a laser-like focus to identify those high-need schools, Gregory said. 64% of students in the PGCPS system received free and reduced lunch programs for the 2016 to 2017 school year, said Megan Thornton, Public Information Specialist and PGCPS. To refine the selection of high-need schools, Adams said the leaders of the project used metrics including grade-level academic achievement, rate of English proficiency, enrollment size, and teacher characteristics such as experience and tenure. Since over 60% of our schools in Prince George's County meet the criteria of high needs by free and reduced lunch data, we wanted to add more nuance to identify the schools that will receive funding, Adams said. The project and grant funding were slated to the effort on November 1st, said Herman James, Chief Human Resources after PGCPS. James has not released the name of the 40 schools receiving the grant as November 15th. In writing this grant, we've been very intentional in collaborating across our multiple offices that support teachers and build leaders, Adams said. We really want to build the capacity of our teachers and strive to those who perform highly in the district. All right, so here's the thing. They have a low retention rate, which is not surprising at all. The point of the matter is that we're not going to focus on the black community. We're not going to focus on any of these issues that's pertaining here that we need to fix. Now, I know that we have Larry Elder that is running for president. And one of the main reasons why I would probably vote for Larry Elder, aside from Trump, is because I'll actually vote for Larry Elder more over so maybe than what we say DeSantis. And here's why. Larry Elder will actually focus on the black community in general and actually try to fix it. Whereas we need to fix the problem where there is the black women in general, where there's a single mother household. We need to fix this problem. We need to get rid of a lot of these issues. And Larry Elder, he says he's going to fix these problems, which is what needs to happen. Because if he fixes the welfare state and all these other things, or removes it entirely, this solves a lot of. This doesn't just solve the black community. This solves a lot of the other problems in the white communities and what have you. This is like hitting two birds with one stone. This is a great need. But the problem is that we have the black community that has these massive issues, and what can I say? Nobody wants to talk about this. A lot of these Democrats say, "Oh, we're going to help the black community." What have you guys done to fix the black community? The only last thing I'm saying is that you focus more on the fact that, more on abortion, which actually hurts the black community because it means no more babies are coming into the black field that we can have. So there's that. We don't talk about the actual amount of delinquents that are in the black community, and we need to fix that. You don't talk about the single mother household because that's taboo. And then you won't talk about how we can fix these problems. You're actively saying everything negative to it. You're causing racism and division in the black community. You're causing segregation. When was the last time you people have ever done anything for the blacks? You have done absolutely nothing. I've seen Republicans do more for black people than I've seen the Democrats do for black people. It's completely asinine. The Democrats are only doing this to get black votes, and that's it. Black people are being swayed into this whole, we're going to save the black people. It's not going to happen. It makes me angry because this constantly happens in all these black communities. Nobody wants to say anything about it. And it's completely frustrating. And we have one man, that's Larry Elder, that says he's going to at least try to fix this problem. Remove the welfare state. It's like Trump is good in many other areas. But I also think Larry Elder is really good in the sense of eliminating this whole BS with his single mother household and all this other crap. And I understand there's going to be a lot of things that I may actually say on the podcast here that may go on Rumble, because a lot of these things that I see here that is completely asinine. And I would like to, because YouTube would just shut me down for saying this. But a lot of these, honestly, a lot of black women, I hate to say it, but are miserable. They're miserable. They're hard to be with. They're too masculine. They have a lot of this issues, and they're hating their own black men. And then when black men go out to other seas with like passport bros, they get angry that they're leaving. Well, maybe you need to fix your attitude, which is a lot of modern women today that they need to do. They need to just fix their attitudes, because you're causing a big rift. And black women are the lead. They're also the leading race that are least desirable among all races. So come on. You have to start realizing this. The single mother household is destroying these communities. They're destroying our neighborhoods. They're getting kids killed. It's time to stop and time to fix this. And if Larry Elder is going to start running for president and stuff like that to fix some of these issues, and Godspeed, then I'll vote for him, because he will actually he said he's going to try to fix this. Will he actually do it? Don't know. But that's what he said. And we need to fix these problems, because at this point, he's the only one that's actually trying to offer some type of solution to it. Alright guys, that's the video. Like, subscribe, share, and take care.